Welcome to Smart Health Talk with your host, Elaine McFadden.
Take a walk on the wild side. Will the birds and the bees survive? Right before me, my newfound hippie side. Once ignore these conspiracies online. Out the window, fridge up of the earth. Sign me up now, make sure you use your smart. Take a walk on the wild side. Will the birds and the bees survive? Would your children lie to see Mother Nature's side?
Welcome to Smart Health Talk with your host, Elaine McFadden.
Welcome, everyone, to Smart Health Talk radio show, where it's like happening right here on KCAA radio. And, of course, anyone can tune in, you know, even if you're in the car right now and we get to, like, a great part of the show and you don't want to miss it. All you have to do is go to kcaaexpress.com and you can keep listening to us on your phone. So if you're getting out of the car and you want to keep listening, just pull up KCAA Express on your phone and you can listen. Or you can even just call 832-999-1050. That's 832-999-1050. Tune in live, too, from anywhere. And it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to have the internet. You can just call that phone number. Because we want everyone to be here, party with us today, because we're having a really good time. We have some celebrating to do with the Babes Against Biotech from Hawaii. And, oh, my gosh, True Sweets. I don't know how many True Sweet fans we have out there, but ever since they first, touched my palate, I was, a lover of True Sweets. And they have delicious gummies and jelly beans and candy canes, and they're even coming out with, this Starburst that's all organic without anything artificial in it. And if it's anywhere near as good as all their other products, it is going to be the freaking bomb. And I mean, we're talking stocking stuffers here. You want to hey, kids want to get a little bit of candy on Christmas morning. I look forward to that. And I am actually making a whole stocking stuffer page with suggestions on some great organic type treats, that you could stick there. And I tell you, True Sweets is right there at the top of my list because they got organic candy canes even. You can believe that. And I've been collecting all these recipes on Pinterest with being able to make some really cool things with these organic candy canes and other candies that they make. So we're going to have Bert Cohen from True Sweets on as our first guest. And after Bert, we're going to have the Green Bar Collaborative that makes True Vodka, True Gin, and all these other great organic spirits. So we're going to be partying here, aren't we? Go ahead, kick it off. Mia, what are we going to be doing today?
We're having a good time.
That's right. We're going to be having a good time right here on Smart Health Talk today. That's right. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, we got the Green Bar Organic Spirits people coming on here. They're going to be telling us how to make some really good holiday drinks, everybody. And so you're not going to want to miss that. And the Babes will be, at the end of the hour, the Babes will be calling in from Hawaii. So I don't want to waste any more time. I want to welcome our first guest on the show, Bert Cohen, maker of some of the sweetest, most delicious treats on the planet. Bert, are you there?
I am. How are you today, Elaine?
Oh, hey, I think we're having a good time here.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, you got candy, booze, and babes. I mean, what else can you ask for?
I know. You totally got it, Bert. That's exactly what's happening on the show today. When I put that together, I thought, boy, do we have it all today. We covered all the bases.
Absolutely.
So Bert, I mean, I remember like seeing your company for the very first time, and when I tried what you guys came up with on your treats, I was so thrilled because, so much of these candies out there and these products that they call snacks for kids are nothing but a collection of chemicals and artificial this and artificial that. And, when I see something like that has 5 different flavors in it, and I know that like to make fake strawberry, because I looked it up, it takes 50 chemicals to make fake strawberry. So if you have 5 flavors in a packet of candy, I'm thinking multiply 50 times 5, that's 250 chemicals right there, just for the flavor part of it. Then we got the artificial colors, going on. And it's just like, I just can't even imagine, putting this in all these children's mouths. I'm okay with a little bit of treats every once in a while, but, to me, that's not my idea of what, I want to give children. And so when I saw what you guys were doing, you became my heroes, because this was a choice that parents could actually feel good about. And I'm sure that as the maker and the person that like got this whole thing going, the founder of the company, there had to be like some kind of motivation in that area yourself, as far as like wanting to bring something that parents could feel safe about giving their children. And was that kind of part of the motivation to get this company started?
You hit on the inspiration for our company. I mean, our company was started back in 2008. This is not my first venture in the natural foods industry. I've been in it for a long time, so I'm not somebody who jumped in it to get rich quick. But 2008 was the year my first child was born. I've always had a sweet tooth, and my wife has an even bigger sweet tooth than I do.
Okay, so. Candy lovers.
Absolutely,
I thought
for sure.
So.
But, really the genesis of True Sweets was we wanted to create products that tasted fantastic, but didn't have all the nasties and the artificial chemicals and all that sort of good stuff that other conventional candies have. So as you mentioned, we've got our Surf Sweets line of natural and organic gummy candies. We've got our Trujoy Sweets line, which does candy canes, fruit chews, as you alluded to, and we've got some other fun things coming out there.
Ooh.
But again, we avoid all the nasties, including no GMOs or anything like that.
That's a big thing, when I see these, parents, because they want to make their kids happy on Christmas morning, on Halloween, on Easter, and it seems like everything just kind of goes out the window on those days because they don't realize that they can still stick with the guidelines that they've set up for their kids as far as like what they're allow them to have and not allow them to have. And they can still stick with those guidelines of no GMOs, no high fructose corn syrup, or all these artificial ingredients. Because there are choices out there. There are options. And that's why I was so excited to have you on the show today, because so many people don't even know that you're out there, that these products exist, and they're totally accessible. I mean, you're on Amazon, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're on Amazon, and then you have a store on your website too, correct?
Well, we don't actually have a store on our website, but there's a list of online retailers where people can go to buy our products online, and there are a ton of stores that carry them. And I want to thank you for having us on, too, and helping us spread the word, because as you said, I think a lot of parents, sort of forget how important it is to have, better for you candy. I think a lot of people just say, well, candy's candy. It's, an indulgence. But again, when you really look at the ingredients that are in conventional candies, they're scary. And there are more and more studies coming out talking about the dangers of artificial colors and artificial preservatives and high fructose corn syrup. And obviously there's a whole GMO issue. And again, in our products, you're not going to find that stuff. Yeah,
well, give us like an example on some of the ingredients that you guys use.
Sure. So, in conventional candy, typically they're going to be sweetened with, refined sugar that generally is going to contain GMOs. They're going to use high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup, again, that, contains GMOs.
And pesticides.
Yeah, and exactly, they definitely have pesticides. And, some people will use artificial sweeteners too, which obviously, have their own challenges with them too.
Aspartame is actually something we've discussed on the show with Dr. Monte, who researched 30 years, and it pretty much comes down to it eats your brain, and it's like I actually met a person at the farmer's market where I was working at the farmer's market that came up to me and said that they were drinking all these diet drinks and they got diagnosed with MS. And they had to completely change every single thing that they were eating. Diet sodas, never again, she told me, and just cleaned up her whole diet to start eating all organic. But that was a huge scare for her, and she attributes it to aspartame. So, that to me is not an option. And who wants, to me, sugar-free, I would rather have real organic sugar than these fake sugars or some GMO sugar. You know what I'm saying?
We absolutely agree with that. And look, I mean, our products are still candy, so this is not a meal replacement.
It's going to have sugar.
Exactly. So we encourage everybody to obviously eat our products in moderation. But again, in terms of what we use for sweeteners, we have a very clean sweetener ingredient list. I mean, we use 3. We use organic fruit juice, organic tapioca syrup, and organic evaporated cane juice, where that's a pure form of organic sugar.
And that's from a real sugar cane versus people don't know when they just assume that we're all back in the 50s and 60s when most of our sugar came from Hawaii.
Right.
And all that CNH sugar. And people think we're still in this time warp kind of thing, and they don't realize that Monsanto has now stacked the deck to where pretty much all the sugar, unless it says cane sugar or something, that lets you know that it's from cane sugar, there's a good chance that it's from GMO beets. And especially if it's not organic. If it's not organic and it just says sugar, it's probably from GMO beets. And it's not even from what you're thinking, Hawaii cane sugar when you see the word sugar. It's when you see sugar, you should just see GMO. Okay, that's what you should see on the label. And, you were talking, Bert, about these artificial colors that are, and I've reviewed these on our show. I've reviewed gummies from Kellogg's and some of these other companies, and you're talking organic fruit juice. If you can find one single bit of fruit, it's usually a white grape juice or a pear juice, and pear is those are actually some of the highest sprayed fruits out there as far as pesticide goes. So, and that will be the only fruit in there. The rest is artificial everything. And these artificial colors, I looked those up too. And some of these you're never supposed to really even put in your body, let alone a child's body. So this is serious stuff.
You're exactly right. A lot of them are derived from coal tar and or petroleum. So, I think when parents understand really where artificial colors come from and the potential consequences, that really turns them off from candy, even if it's, a couple shades brighter red than our candy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, that's one advantage that they have is they can get these richer, brighter colors. And so people think that that's more attractive to the kids when actually, everyone, the attractive part is the sugar. It's that sweet part. Okay, just give them the sugar and they'll be happy. And, as a dietitian, I think treats fit in, especially if it's a treat like yours. I mean, I could never not like your treats. And you guys have jelly beans too, right?
We do. We have the leading organic jelly bean out in the marketplace. They're really good tasting, 6 different flavors. We also do a special blend, what we call our spring mix jelly bean for Easter time. And, definitely a huge fan of the jelly beans. They taste great.
Well, I can't wait to try these new Starburst type candies that you guys have been working on, and and now you got my curiosity up on the surprises that you guys are going to be putting out there for us too, is to have some other new choices. So you're going to have to come back on the show and you have those as well. But anyway, I have been going like crazy, Bert, on Pinterest, finding all these like cool recipes that I just kind of would look at before and just think, forget it. I wouldn't even recommend that anyone even get to use this recipe, even though it had like some cool candy canes in it. You know, I found like some great recipes for some special treats for the holidays that had candy canes in them. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, hey, now we can use the Trujoy organic candy canes in this recipe, so it's actually something that's doable. So I've been I've been posting your link.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Those.
And definitely remember, you can crush up our candy canes, and you can also use them as a garnish and drink. So might come in handy for your next guest too.
Yeah, I told them to like see if they could come up with some candy cane recipes. So I'm gonna make a special page because I want to have the stocking stuffers, and then I'm gonna have like some really cool holiday recipes that involve using like these organic ingredients like yours.
That's excellent.
I actually found some cool cookies too that you could use the gummies in. And then you think about like the gingerbread houses, you know, and the sugar cookies, you know, like you can decorate with the jelly beans, you can decorate with the gummies. And then another thing, like with the candy canes, one recipe that I really liked is you can put the candy canes in the food processor and make like a candy cane dust. And then you can have that to go in hot chocolate.
That's a great call. I love that.
Isn't that a cool idea?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's really cool too, like you said, you can crush up the candy canes, and then we've got some really good like martinis and other drinks like that are candy cane. It's called like a candy cane martini. And so after you crush up the candy canes, then you can like, you know, stick the rim of the glass in the candy canes. So then the candy cane, crushed up candy canes go around the rim of the glass like you would like salt. So I love that idea too.
Definitely making me thirsty over here.
Okay. And then another idea that I really liked is that you can take the candy canes and then you can dip them in chocolate. So like instead of the top part of the candy cane, you can like dip the bottom part of the candy cane in some like organic chocolate. And then you could even like roll it in some crushed up candy canes, or you could roll it in some other, you know, colored sugar, or, you know, some other like little extra adornment there to add some color or something like that that's edible and hopefully organic. But so I love that idea. And then another thing that I found is that you can actually heat up the candy canes. I found something on that too, where you can heat up the candy canes and you can like mold them into different shapes. Yeah, so you can actually get it to write like the word like joy, you know, or something like that. You can make it write letters, or you can make like different shapes. And you just have to like heat it up. I have all the instructions. I think you put it in the oven like 245 or something like that for a little bit, and then when they just start to get a little bit soft, and then you can bend them.
Well, I thought we had some creative people on staff here, but you're taking everything to a whole other level. So we're going to have to turn them on to your webpage so that we can get some additional ideas.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's like all these like really cool things. Because I see this stuff and I'm thinking, God, this would be fun if we just had like some healthy organic ingredients. You know, like you can make a fairly good cookie even.
Absolutely.
You can, you can use good quality ingredients for one, and there's other things that you can sub out that aren't artificial that can actually make that cookie not really that unhealthy. And then put some of your real organic fruit juice gummies on the top of it, or the jelly beans, and like, how fun is that? Totally
fun.
And the kids can like help. They can help decorate too. So, and if they eat a few of them while they're decorating, so. So, how old are your kids now, Bert?
I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. So you kept going.
We kept going. We're done, but we're having a lot of fun with them, and they are big fans of the candy. They definitely love it.
Well, I tell you guys are fantastic, and I'm going to be promoting you because I just love your product, and I think it's a great choice for for kids and for parents and anyone that loves candy. And, you know, during the holiday season, you're having a party. You know, these are great things to just, you know, put out as snacks if their kids are going to be there. And if they're, you know, they're pigging out on fruit juice organic gummies. Like, who's going to care about that? It's like there are way worse things than that. So let them have a few of them. I'm okay with that. So, and definitely for the stocking stuffers, you know, that's because I tell you, that's like the first thing that we were going for is the candy. When we were dumping out those stockings in the morning, it's like, okay, where's the candy in the stocking? Forget those stupid pencils and all that kind of stuff. I want the candy.
Sounds just like my kid.
I know. I remember that. So, well, I would like you to just stay on for a couple more minutes if you don't mind. I wanted to introduce you to the Green Bar people because we need to get all you guys like working together because you got the cool stuff that they could make some special drinks in their bar, which is like a really happening place, and I want to go and visit it sometime. That's for sure.
Well, we're happy to do a gift exchange with them anytime. We'll send them some boxes of candy canes and gummies for their organic alcohol to check it out a little bit.
Okay, and I don't ask too much as far as my cuts. Just like don't forget Elaine in there. Elaine and Mia over here at the station. We need a little something to like make our life more exciting too.
Absolutely.
Okay.